Hello Year 3 and it's Thursday morning. Today's lesson will be problem solving with adding and subtracting using our volume and capacity. If you're not sure on adding and subtracting and you don't feel really secure on it, I've done an extra video today to just go through the methods. If you feel quite okay with adding and subtracting, let's get straight on to today's In Focus. Today's In Focus is the beaker holds 125 millilitres less water than the bucket. So, there's a picture to help us, but let's think about what that means. The beaker, so this is the beaker, I'll put a B above it, holds 125 millilitres less water than the bucket. So does that mean that the bucket is more water or less water than the beaker? Well, if the beaker's less, that means this is more. So I'm going to put an arrow upwards to say that it's more than this beaker. Now, it's not very clear, so I've put it here, 800 millilitres. That's what it says on the measuring on the scale along the side. But we know that this holds more. How can we find out the volume in the bucket? So we need to get this and we need to add to make it more to find out how much is in the bucket. But your challenge is how many different ways can you do it? Can you do it a formal method? Can you do it using a number line? Can you use a bar model to show this? Can you use a part whole model to use this? Can you follow the link, the MathSpot link on the assignment to use Deans, to use place value counters? Could you use something in your house like pasta? Oh, I don't know if we're going to have 800 bits of pasta, but could we use something in our house to draw or to draw a picture of it? I'm excited to see your work. And pause the video here, off you go. Now, some of the methods you might have used, you might have done a bar model to show that the bucket is more than the beaker. So it's not just 800, it's 125 millilitres more than, and you can see that's why the bar goes more. To use a formal method, you could use the compact method. You could put 800 plus 125, you add the ones first, you add the tens, and you add the hundreds, and you get 925. Okay? You could have thought, well, to add on 125, I'm going to partition it. I'm going to draw a part whole model, and I'm going to do 125. I'm going to do 800 plus 100 first, which is 900, and then add 25 on after, so 925. You might have written a sentence as well to tell me the answer to the question. Now, your guided practice today is looking at this bottle here. It first wants you to find the volume of liquid in the bottle. It's in between 400 and 500. What's halfway between 400 and 500? Who's got it? Yes, 450 millilitres. I'll put that there in case you can't see it if it's too small. Now, your two questions. I want you to pause the video and work them out. Off you go. And the answers to these. A is a can holds 135 millilitres less water than the bottle. So we know that the bottle is 450 millilitres. Okay, so it's 450 millilitres, but we want to know what 135 millilitres less than this is. So the bottle's big, the can's smaller, taking away. Okay, so using the methods on the other video, which if you haven't watched, you might want to watch if you're finding this a little bit hard. We're doing 0 ones take away 5 ones. It ends up being less than 0, so we need to rename the tens. So we cross that out and turn it into 4 tens instead of 5, and instead of 0, it's going to be 10. I can do that better now. So 10 ones take away 5 ones is 5 ones. 4 tens take away 3 tens is 1 10, and 4 hundreds take away 100 is 3 hundreds. Okay, so 315 millilitres. And B, the bottle holds 225 millilitres less than the bucket. So again, like in our own focus, that needs to be more than, because the bottle, is less. Find the volume of water in the bucket, so the big number. So I can then draw a bar model, say the bucket is the biggest and the bottle is the smallest. We know the volume of liquid in the bottle, and we know that the bucket is 225 millilitres more. So we need to add. So it's a choice of adding and subtracting, we need to add. And there's two methods of doing this. You can use the compact method, where you do ones add ones, tens add tens, and hundreds add hundreds. Oh, does that look like a 6? Kind of. Or you can do it expanded method, but actually there was no renaming in this one needed, so I definitely use the compact method, but it's up to you. Okay, if you're happy with that and you got those all right, now pause the video and do the questions. If you're not too sure, ask for some help or go back to the other video and go over adding and subtracting. Okay. The extension is find a dice and make up some additions and subtraction calculations. If you're doing subtraction, make sure the first number is bigger, because if you get a small number and take away a big number, you're going to end up getting less than 0 and it will be very hard. Okay, so extension, off you go. Go through the answers. I'll read out the question, work out, add or subtract, and then we've got the answer there. A large bottle contains 650 ml of water. The large bottle contains more than a small bottle. What is the volume of the small bottle? So we know the big bottle, we're trying to work out the small bottle, we need to subtract. Okay. The beaker on the right contains less water than a jug. What is the volume of the jug? So the jug's going to be bigger, so we need to add to find out what the volume of water in the jug is. So that one's an add, and your answer is 845 millilitres. 3. The capacity, so that's how much, all the way to the top, the volume of water or liquid that can be filled in, is 1 litre. The capacity of the teapot is, the capacity of the teapot is 1 litre. The capacity of the teapot is 455 millilitres more than the teacup. So this one's the biggest one. What is the capacity of the teacup? So we know that this is 1 litre or 1,000 millilitres. We know that it's 455 millilitres more than. So to work out the teacup, we need to take the largest one, subtract the smaller one to get our teacup. So it's take away, it's minus, it's subtraction, and we get 545 millilitres as the answer. And the final one, the volume of water in a bucket is 9 litres. So that's a bucket there. The bucket contains less than the water in the tank. So we don't know what the water in the tank is, but we know that 9 litres is less than the tank. So the tank's the biggest. The tank is 36 less than the bucket, which is 9 litres. So if we're trying to work out the whole of the tank, we need to get the 9 litres plus the 36 litres to get 45 litres. Okay, year 3? Any questions, ask your teacher or ask an adult in the house. Bye.